Why did this young man's dream collapse just 1 month after opening the Bengaluru Restaurant Story? Imagine months of hard work, careful planning, and towering hopes. You work from morning till night, blending your effort into every aroma of spice, trying to bring a smile to every customer's face. And then, just 1 month later, it's all over. The shop is closed, the money is gone, and the heart is broken. This is the story of a 22-year-old young man who believed he could change his destiny by opening a small restaurant in Bengaluru, the food capital of India. But fate had other plans, teaching him that in business, cooking alone isn't enough. You need both mind and patience. On these streets of Bengaluru, at almost every corner, you'll find a new food startup. Someone is selling fusion dosa. Another is serving organic tea. But behind this city's glitter lies a harsh reality that can shake any entrepreneur. This young man too became part of that crowd, full of hope but unaware of reality. He shared his story on Reddit, a story that became a lesson for every aspiring entrepreneur. He wrote about how he spent 6 months searching the entire city for shop. After wandering day and night, he finally found a place that seemed perfect, full of people, surrounded by colleges, and thousands of pedestrians passing by every day. Thinking this was the ideal location, he decided, this is where my restaurant will open. The rent was 30,000 per month, a big amount for a new entrepreneur. But he thought if the crowd was large, sales would also be high. He rented a small house nearby to save travel time. Then for 2 months, he worked tirelessly, preparing utensils, signage, furniture, and hoardings. He designed the logo himself, created the menu, and tested every recipe personally. And then, in May 2025, his restaurant finally opened. On opening day, he posted a photo on social media with the caption, "Finally, my dream begins." The first day's sales were around 2,000. In the next few days, it went up to 2,500. Not bad for a start. He was happy, exhausted, but full of hope. But this is where the real story begins. Right across from his shop stood an old local eatery, always packed with college students and office workers. That place was cheap and served large portions. Now, a new restaurant had opened right in front of it, where the food was delicious, but slightly expensive. And that was the mistake the 22-year-old didn't see coming. Sometimes in business, the biggest mistake is wrong place, wrong audience. He assumed that the crowd passing by was his customer base, but he realized too late that a crowd is not the same as customers. Slowly, reality began to sink in. Only a few orders came in each day, empty chairs during lunch, and barely any customers even in the evening. Every morning, he would wake up at 4 a.m. to buy vegetables, then prepare breakfast, open the shop, and work till 11 at night. Just one person, him. Occasionally, his brother came to help, but both would be so tired by night that they returned home silently, without a word. In just 1 month, he lost 4 kilos of weight. He wrote, "I had to wake up at 4 a.m. every day and repeat the same routine till 9 at night. I'd sit in the shop waiting for someone to come and buy food. But there were days when I sat there for 10 hours and made only 1,000 in sales." Imagine this, a business where you put in endless hours of hard work, but the reward is almost nothing. Every single day, the costs kept rising: rent, electricity, water, raw materials, delivery charges, and above all, his own exhaustion. He wrote, "I thought that seeing the crowd would increase my sales, but the opposite happened. People were going to the hotel across the street because the food there was cheaper." Then, on June 5th, 2025, he decided to shut down the restaurant. 1 month. Just 1 month. He wrote, "My brother and I realized that this place wasn't meant for us. We chased the crowd without understanding what kind of crowd it was." His words still echo as a harsh truth for hundreds of entrepreneurs. If you ever feel like wasting money, open a restaurant. The easiest way to lose money is on tables. But this story is less about sadness and more about learning, because every failure carries a lesson. He recognized his biggest mistake. He hadn't done proper research on his product or location. He didn't truly understand who his target customers were. In a city like Bangalore, where competition is fierce, just serving good food isn't enough. You need concept, branding, and emotion. For example, many small food joints in the city focus on one clear specialty, like 𝐼 Idli Cafe, Biryani Zone, or Rolls on Wheels. Their concepts are crystal clear. But this young man tried to sell multiple cuisines, from South Indian to Chinese. The result? Neither the taste stayed consistent nor did the restaurant develop a clear identity. The second major mistake, he ignored marketing. He assumed the crowd would come on its own. But Bangaluru's crowd moves with social media. People come when they see a trending Instagram reel or read good reviews on Zomato. Without digital marketing, no new restaurant can survive today. And the third mistake, he made himself a lone fighter. Business is a team game. If he had hired a cook, a server, and a marketing partner, things might have turned out differently. But he tried to do everything alone. He was the chef, the accountant, and the cleaner. Slowly, exhaustion ate away at his motivation. But even his failure is only half the story. Because later, he wrote about what he learned from this experience. If I ever start something again, he wrote, I'll research first. I'll understand what's working in the market. And most importantly, I'll ask myself why I'm doing it. He wrote, sometimes we romanticize our dreams so much that we stop seeing ground reality. We think just having an idea is enough. But in truth, execution and patience matter far more than the idea itself. His story is the story of thousands of young people today. Those who watch food vlogs on YouTube and think, oh, this looks easy. We'll rent a shop, cook some food, people will come, and we'll make profit. But the ground reality is completely different. In India, nearly 60% of new restaurants shut down within the first year, and about 20% close within the first 3 months. The reasons are the same: wrong location, wrong costing, and unrealistic expectations. Running even a small restaurant requires not just passion, but strategy. You have to understand customer psychology, what they eat, when they eat, and at what price point they're comfortable. Understanding this is the true foundation of any business. For example, if your shop is near a college, a 200 fancy meal won't work. What sells there is an 80 plate, heavy on both quantity and taste. But if you're in a corporate area, ambience and hygiene matter much more. The mistake this young man made is the same one most beginners make. He built a product, but didn't understand the market. And that's the very lesson that will help him in the future. They say every failure hides a teacher within. And this story proves that perfectly. He wrote that after closing the shop, he took the remaining supplies 15 kilometers away to sell them at another store. That gave him a bit of relief. At least the financial loss was slightly reduced. But the emotional loss was huge. He wrote, every morning when I turned the shop key, it felt like I was about to do something big. But on the last day, when I pulled the shutter down, it felt like I had locked myself inside. He didn't take this journey as depression, but as education. He said, this 1 month taught me more than an MBA ever could. Today, if you talk to any small food entrepreneur in Bengaluru, they'll tell you the same thing: understand the market, not the crowd. This story isn't just about one restaurant. It's about thousands of dreams born every day in small towns and neighborhoods across India. As chai stalls, momo vans, or bakeries. Some take flight, some fall. But each attempt is proof of India's entrepreneurial spirit. This young man's story teaches that failure isn't shameful. The real shame is not trying at all. He tried, he learned, and maybe next time, when he starts again, he won't repeat the same mistakes. And that's the real mantra of life. Fail fast, learn faster. Sometimes, even a defeat is just preparation for victory. So if you ever dream of starting a new business, remember this story. It's not just the idea that matters, it's the execution. Not just passion, but patience. Not just taste, but strategy.
If our video has taught you something new, do not forget to like and share this video so that this information can reach others as well. Your likes and shares are a source of inspiration for us. If you have any questions or suggestions, please let us know in the comments. It will be our honor to answer your questions and listen to suggestion. And yes, if you like our content, subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so that you stay connected with every new story. Thank you. GRT Business YouTube channel sources: news from various news agencies, opinion polls and other public sources. We try to ensure that every report and summary is accurate and verified, but we are not responsible for any dispute or error. Our aim is only to provide you with accurate information.